All right, good morning. Welcome to the Well for our weekly reading this week. The week of February 26, 2024. Just take a moment to get present, find your breath. And just take a moment to get present to something you're grateful for about your life. Could be anything. And just say that out loud to yourself. I'm grateful for. And then open up your heart to the reading this week.
I don't know if it's lazy or inspiring, but when I can't come up, like I'm grateful for, I always come to, I'm grateful for this very moment.
Yeah.
That resets me. I don't know if that's a lazy way to go
No,
about
it's
it,
no
but
lazy. You throw that
that's
word
my
in.
go-to because
Yeah.
it does settle me. It calms me down.
Well,
Okay.
that's
From
the point too of getting grateful, right? Is to come into the present moment.
into the
Yeah.
presence.
Because when we're
And
not grateful, we're in the past or we're in the future, or we're spinning, right? So that's
yeah,
the point. So that's perfect
yeah,
illustration.
I love it.
I
So
do.
from that space that we've established here of gratitude, we're going to start our reading. So
Mm,
the first one I pulled here is direction.
mm-hmm.
So this is posing the question to yourself, what is my current North Star? Along the course of our lives, we have many, right? We have many goals, little mini goals, long goals, lifelong goals. But what is your current North Star? Where are you headed? Do you see your path? So that's just the first question that opens up this whole spread.
Mm,
To sort of align that and get yourself to that space where perhaps you can't see your path or you see it too far ahead and you can't see how to proceed.
mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of adjustments to do here within ourselves. And the first adjustment is in the past lives card. This is take a look at your past maneuverings when you were headed toward goals, or an overview of how you typically move towards your goals. Do you write down a list and adhere to that exactly, and no deviations? Well, maybe that isn't the way you want to do it this time, right? Or in the past, did you just kind of scramble toward every little fire to put it out and exhaust yourself? Maybe we want to realign it. Or
Mm,
maybe in your past holds something that
mm,
works for you, right? So just assess that, just inquire within, what your um, habits have been to this point, and what you might want to adjust going forward.
mm,
And then I pulled acceptance. And this is kind of like we said earlier in the session, this is the actual starting point of the reading, right? The direction card and the past lives card were kind of like inquiry. And now, when we're in full acceptance of where we are in this moment, that opens up the field to move forward. Just like we said, when I can't find something to be grateful for, I say I'm grateful for this moment. It settles me. It lets me see more clearly from where I am to where I want to be, or that kind of an idea. So that acceptance card is key. Then I got flowing river.
mm-hmm.
This is where we move to the heart. When we feel stuck, that heart space offers us the key to movement through gratitude, appreciation, forgiving, releasing burdens from your own heart toward yourself, toward others.
Resentment.
That's where the magic is. It's almost like that's the shot fired at the starting gate or whatever, for the horse race is right here in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Also, keeping your heart open enough to welcome support from others, from your own self, your own ideas, from the divine. Stay open to that. Stay receptive and in gratitude. That's the it's kind of the shortcut, I guess, but it's not really a shortcut. It's actually the most fulfilling and most solution releasing way, right? The solution appears once you're in that heart space. Okay. Then I pulled Grandfather Sky. This is expansion. This is, you know, knowing what it is you want, being in that gratitude, knowing what direction you want to head in now, and then expressing it out to the universe, letting the universe know your intention, through speaking, through, writing, through engaging with others and sharing it, whatever it is, but let it out and watch the expansion come. There was a time last year when I was in transition between things, and I spoke something out and it started coming. I mean, I had always had that intention in mind, but once I said it to others, it's almost like it just, everything started falling into place. And I was actually kind of amazed. I was like, oh, this works. It worked for me at least. But yeah, that's an important aspect of this direction reading. And then I got balance, spirituality, and practicality, which is, that message is an important one. It's the foundation of Grounded Dreamers, is to, I have all these dreams. I have this higher consciousness, this higher part of me moving me forward in the world. Yet I have a very grounded presence as well, in the place I stand, right? And a practical way of going about things as well. So it's the balancing of that that's really important to keep us moving toward our goals. And then I came upon empowerment. Now we're feeling ourselves. Now it's like, okay, right? I welcomed in the support from the universe. I spoke out the things that I want to achieve. And here comes the power, the self-empowerment. And this says in here, when you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's almost like the opposite of what some people think of as far as the divine or God or that all-knowing presence, is that I pray to you to make it happen for me, and then I'm just following. I'm just waiting, right? No, it's allowing the divine in to guide you, because you are the source, right? You are the one that's going to take you in that direction. And it's very empowering that all the answers are within you, even though it doesn't feel that way sometimes as a human being, but they definitely are. And then the last card is the Fool. Here we go, right? We questioned what our direction was in the beginning. We made a couple of adjustments, internal and external. We balanced it out. Here we go. Let's go. It's time to start down that path. I love how that Fool ends up for us, because it's reminding us that we're kind of always, we're in cycles of movement and then starting over again, and little phases of new roads. So
yeah, we go through soul growth cycles.
All this, yes.
Yeah, soul cycles. So let's all pause and just go within, open up our hearts to that divine connection. Let that activate source. And just feel into what your intention is for this week, your direction. Take a moment to release the past and just drop into that which is aware of full acceptance. And be with that flow, that flowing river that came through. Just take a moment to invite your intention for this week to rise. Let that rise up from within you. Open up your heart to it and offer it up for divine support. Yeah, that Fool card is always that sort of energy of trusting, right? That trust fall into, the direction that our life is aligning towards.
Yeah, and it's really the trusting and an eagerness to go forward without really knowing how it's going to turn out. But that's the beauty of moving from present moment. You don't really know. You can think ahead what you think's there, but we don't know.
No, we don't. And usually that creates blocks and barriers. But when we actually clear the past, let it go, and then we align with the direction, that align with the divine direction, the universe just lines right up behind us and supports us in ways that we can't even, I mean, we can't even say, oh, I knew that was going to happen, right? That's right. That's transformation.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
And when you speak of those blocks and barriers that are created by that needing to know what's next, we move to our next reading. When we get blocked or when we have uncertainty, it's go into yourself and know your strength.
Right.
What is your strength? Really identify it. It could be you have many strengths, but in this, for this purpose, in this reading, for this direction that we're heading in, what is your magic power, right? Is it that you are, sturdy and can take a lot and can keep going without knowing, right? Can you do that? Or is it that you have the ability to know when to slow down and to back off and to allow for the flow? Is the strength part of your direction? Is this a project that you want to get done that, your unique abilities can bring about, bring it to life? So get in touch with that. That's your alignment. That's your core. Knowing your strength and then dropping your masks.
Yeah.
Know your strength and then be that. Show it. Know it and show it.
Know it and show it. And I love dropping the mask, right? Be
and for the grow it. Know it, show it, grow it. Okay,
right.
so getting silly, but yeah, drop the masks. Be sure to be in authenticity, as you move forward.
Right.
And, it's,
so nice.
I pulled artistic expression too. So this entire direction could be an artistic project or an artistic desire. But artistic expression does not only mean it's you're a creator.
Right. We're all creators.
We're all creators. We're all artists in that way. And creativity is the expression of the deepest part of who you are, right? It's a second chakra energy. It's your the foundation of how you feel, who you are, what being expressed out. So important because it's drop the mask and then show up, right? From that, I got it's a time for healing, which is interesting because just this process alone of, setting an intention, making some adjustments, tapping into your strength and showing up as that's healing right there. Because maybe you were hiding your strengths. Maybe you were uncertain. Maybe your mind was telling you, oh, you can't show up as that.
You're not good enough.
Right. And so right there, just from making that decision to let it out and to be aligned in your power is healing in itself. Then I got direction again. I pulled a lot of multiple cards in this spread, but I kept just a couple, but I got direction again. This is like from the last one. Where are you heading? So maybe ask yourself again, once I made these adjustments, now where am I heading?
Yeah.
Am I closer? Then we got celebrate simplicity, which is that assessment that only you can make, right? Where in my life am I stuck? Am I bogged down? What brings me a lot of stress that keeps me weighed down and unable to move forward, right? That's what needs to be aligned. This is like a real world nuts and bolts, make adjustments thing, not just in your spirit, but figure it out in the real world too, right? Hire an assistant, or like I said before, if slow your pace a little, because that will simplify things. Focus on one thing, be deliberate about each and every move you make.
And get support.
That in itself is that simplicity. Then we're moving into the flow again, just like that flowing river card in the last spread, flow of prosperity. And prosperity doesn't only mean money. It mostly doesn't. It mostly means, being in that rich flow of your own experience and knowing that all the movements and all the shifts that you make are aligned. That's true prosperity there. And then the last card I got is maturity. And this is a patient, loving, heart-centered energy that using your wisdom that you've gained up until now, and knowing it will carry you forward, knowing that, yeah, I may have been directionless at the beginning of this spread, but I made some shifts because I know they work. I know that staying authentic, moving from my heart, and then making clean, simple plans from there, that's going to help me succeed. So the patience is what I get mostly from this, is that figures resting, and there's just such a patient vibration there that I know it's all fine. I will be well. All is always well. So I love that one too.
Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, invite everyone to pause, and in alignment with this reading, just take a moment to hear what comes in when I say, what are your strengths? Just let whatever words rise. What are your strengths? My strengths are, take a moment to write them down, write down what words come. My strengths are, and then to take that a step further, what are you here to do? Like on this planet, in this lifetime. So I am here to, and just let yourself finish the sentence. And take a moment to really celebrate that. And have a great week.
Mm-hmm.